And I'm representing Team Masomo, and Team Masomo has 8 members, and we carried out this research on our topic. We carried out research on this topic that we chose how can we best design technology that supports youth in rural areas to master basic skills in finance and how to explore career opportunities. So that was the topic that Team Masomo carried out some research on, and this is what we gained. So who are the users of who are the users? Number one, we came up with this: the youth, and the youth are aged between 18 to 35. So that those are the users of the technology that we want to design currently. And then the other users are career advisors of which take this youth through how to use the technology that we want to devise. And then we went to a persona. A persona is now we came up with 4 personas according to our topic, and the first persona was now the job seeker who is active in the market. A job seeker wants skills in finance and how to explore career opportunities. Another persona is now a youth. The other persona is a young entrepreneur, and another persona is also a community connector, of which all these are aged 18 to 35, because this is the age bracket of a youth. Now, we came up with the following challenges. The first challenge is poor internet connectivity and limited financial literacy resources in the community, and also few role models in non-agricultural spaces. Now, basing on our topic, how can we best design technology that supports youth in rural areas to master basic skills in finance and how to explore career opportunities? We came up with 4 scenarios. Scenario one is of a student dreamer. This is a student who has just finished high school. For instance, it's this: a 20-year-old Form 4 graduate has a basic smartphone and wants to access information on going to university. This is somebody who has finished Form 4 and wants to know more things about health, or wants to know things about how she can get active on going to the university. That was the scenario one for this student dreamer. And then we have scenario two. This is now a young entrepreneur who has actually finished the education in high school. So this student too, mastering age 25 years, wants to start a business but lacks access to capital. So we want somewhere where McQueen can actually source the capital, or just see sites where it can get the capital. Scenario three was about a job seeker, and this job seeker is named Joan. Joan is a 30-year-old lady who is actively looking for a job, but Joan can't seem to find somewhere to find a stable job. So we want somewhere that Joan can get so that she can locate jobs accurately. And then scenario four is a community connector. This community connector named Jesse and is a 32-year-old gentleman. Jesse wants to help youth access digital literacy and financial literacy in promoting career resources, but Jesse doesn't seem to find enough places that youth can actually find such resources. And so these are the 4 scenarios that we came up with in designing this technology. And then going forward, how are the youth currently exploring these opportunities? Without this technology, there are ways that the youth are currently exploring these opportunities. For instance, the first one was family and community learning. Find that this is something that the youth engage in without much of technology. Family and community learning, informal saving groups, market participation, and also vocational training. What the youth are engaging in without proper technology to access information. And also we have the challenges they are facing today. The first challenge, according to us, was limited access to information. Since there's low internet connectivity, information accessible to youth is also very low. The other challenge was time consuming processes. When, for instance, a youth wants to access a job site, has to go through a long procedure so as to get a job, or youth wants to go to university, has to go through a long procedure so as to get things such as help, or somebody wants to apply for university has to go through a long procedure. So the other problem was limited access to formal training and also limited networking to opportunity. And we also debated on the issue of is technology being used today. Technology is being used, but on a small scale. So that is the problem that we had in technology. Technology is being used, but on a small scale, and we just, as Team Masomo, came up with this so as to find something reliable that we can use to integrate everything that can make something accessible to all this group of youth. And so that was what we had.
Uh, Vincent, that's really good. So, you see this document I have here?
Yes, yeah.
So, everything you've said is going to appear here, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to send this back after all of them, but everything you have said in that order needs to appear in this document like that, because everything you have said is what we are doing, and the research is perfect. I think you've aligned it very correctly, but it's not here. You see this document? Because this is what we had yesterday, this is what you guys have said today, but what you have told me is what should be here. Because what you have said is what we are trying to do. So your task, I think, is not very complicated. It's very simple. Everything you have told us here just needs to reflect in this document. So I'm going to send back the Word document for an update. So that's the iteration you will make. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, I think you've captured everything. You have spoken about the users, you've spoken about the use cases, you have spoken about how technology is being used today, and you have spoken about the challenges. I think I'm repeating that. Now, if all of that is in the document, your next step will be very easy, because you'll just take one use case, you'll take one user, and that is what we will prototype. But you see, if it is not here, everything you see, even the images we sent are here. So one of the thing with research is documentation. So all information you collect has to be documented here, because once you document it, you don't have to think tomorrow. When you come back tomorrow, you just take that document and pick one use case and go with it. I don't know if that is clear or if you have a question.
Okay, clear.
So perfect. So for this team, the notes we are going to put here are capture points from Vincent's presentation. No, let's just say from the presentation, so that your name doesn't go around. From presentation of. So I'll send this back. Thanks. That's good. We can move to the next group.
Okay.
The next group is Team Farmer.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Team Pesa. Team Pesa.
Okay.
Oh, Team Farmer. Sorry, Team Farmer.
Team Farmer. Okay.
Yeah. Team Farmer.
Can say,
Yes, we are the team farmers, and my name is Jambo. I want to present the team farmers as one of the projects that we came up with. So, uh, the we have some questions. Then there's also users. Who are the users? We have all of them. So the first question that we had, one more than one. Yes? It's more than one. So the first question that we get is, how can we design technology solutions that support chicken disease management for poultry farmers in rural? That was our question. So if you go to the program, first thing, we have who are the users. So the users, there is a farmer, which is age of 40 years. The name of the farmer is Hilary Wood. That is the name. And then the age is 40 years. Gender, male. The location is not here. The occupation that we had, we have about 4 occupations. One is meat, meat production. We have got under meat production, we have got raising product, raising broilers for slaughter. Another occupation is disease management. So under disease management, we are looking how to prevent and to treat poultry diseases. The third occupation is the feed management. So feed management, we are sorting and mixing feed for our chicken. Sorry, there were 3. We are going again to the background. The background is the farmer that we had as pursued diploma in agriculture and learning also poultry care and gaining experience in the farm in country. So goals, the goals that we had, that we came across. Goals that we have is food security. So food security, that is the first goal that we have, and then we also have sustainability. So food security, we have got producing enough food for community and also for our chicks, so that we can look, so that they are also in a good health and we can sell them. Under sustainability is to cover conserving environment for our chicks, chicken, so that we can have chicks that are well healthy and not chicks that are suffering from cold or even anemia. That is, we are conserving our environment to make our environment very conducive for our chicks. We have also some challenges. Challenges, we have got disease outbreak. So disease outbreak that we have come across is Newcastle. Newcastle is very, very dangerous disease. When it's attacked, can kill so many chicks without, if there is no control. So that is a disease that we came across. Also, a challenge that we have is high feed cost. High feed cost, you will find if you go to buy feed, you will find that they are more expensive in terms of cost, and uh, there's no way that you can feed your chicks in a good manner. Another one, we have got market competition. Market competition here, there is so many farmers that are in this week, and we are competing for market. So that is also a challenge. That is also a challenge that we have. The next thing that we have is behaviors. Behaviors, that is the topic. The behaviors that we have under behavior is plans ahead, preparing for marketing and challenges. After that, we have our post as a farmer that we are put as the client. Our post was I did tools that make my work easier so I can focus on what really matters in my project of quality farming. That is our quote. Number two is a question that we have. Is technology being used by the farmer to control diseases? That was another one. How are they currently managed diseases? Those where we ended. Then also our members are there. So the members, we are 3 members in our group, where I am Victor Diambo, the first member, Delia Uma, the second member, and then the last member is Hilary Stanley. And I initially confused that we are supposed to be farmers. We are on a high target so that we can increase food production and so that all of us we keep away of eating. We should not be always vegetarian. We should also be eating some meat and not to be always vegetarian so that we can get protein to build our thing.
So Victor, this is good. So the first thing, my first feedback is the same because all that information is what we need. So capture notes. So after the last presentation, I'll tell you why this is important. So capture notes from your presentation, organize it in terms of the outline provided in the lecture. By outline, I mean user, the questions we put yesterday, the questions you've added, persona, you describe your personas, the challenge, you describe your challenge, how is technology used, you describe it. We have them in those reference notes, so don't worry about all the details. But it's key that before the day ends, you have all that information in the document. Why is that important? It will then tomorrow you don't have to think about it. That's why documenting why documenting this information is important, because if you say it and it's not here, tomorrow before we start, I will ask for it again. And it's the same for everyone. So the way this human-computer interaction thing goes is that you generate information, you talk to the user, and then that guides what you do. Same to the diagram we showed. So it does not matter what we do. Like, we can't do the next step if we don't have the previous step. So it's not just to you, but to the ones who are coming. But we have, I will also show you guys one tool that you can use to think about the next steps, but after everyone has presented. So Victor, this is good. So the notes are here. Simple. Just capture everything that you had, put them in some form. But at the end of today's presentations, I'll give you guys a guide that will help everyone put their information in a structured way. So thanks.
Okay, you are highly welcome.
What's the next group?
It is team power.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Ian Opinion. I represent Team Energy Power. Yes. Now, our question was, how can we design a technology that supports schools to manage and regulate power consumption in a boarding school? The persona, we will start with our school administrator, who is Mr. Oching. Mr. Ching is a 52 years old boarding school principal working in a public secondary school in Western Kenya. He has over 25 years of experience in education administration and holds a Bachelor of Education and a Diploma in Education Management. His daily responsibility include overseeing schools operation, managing budgets, and ensuring conducive learning environment for students. As the head of the boarding institution, he is concerned with rising electricity bills, frequent power wastage in dormitories and classrooms, and the pressure from these now the challenges. Okay. Now challenges that the administrator faces. Faces challenges from the Ministry of Education that pressurize him for resources management. Another challenge in dormitories and classroom, the misuse of power by students. Also, there is a challenge for him that he is really struggling to manage it. And now, the way he do to manage this is to is, is to reduce the power cost while maintaining reliable electricity supply for learning and boarding facilities. However, is so the challenges is just real real time. Also, the challenges another challenge is data on energy usage. Maybe does it does not have that data about on how energy is being consumed. The other challenges is limited technology on power system, and also it has difficult on enforcing power rules that students are not aware of, and students are not following those rules. Now, the scenario under this circumstance, we have scenario number one, day versus night power management in school. So how to manage this? During the day, most students are in classroom, workshop, or on the playing field. That is during the day. So they're not using light in dormitories. So they are in dormitories, the power are switched off. Also, he has the smart school energy management system. This, he applies it in classrooms, kitchens, dormitories. That this it reduces the consumption of power through inside through lighting, fans, and also non-essential power sockets in dorms and switch off automatically once students leave. In classrooms and laboratory, power is enabled only during scheduled lessons. Like when the light is normal, we switch off powers, but when there is like darkness only, we switch on powers. The kitchen power usage is monitored closely during the meal preparation hours. Maybe that is early evening, early morning, and late evening. This prevents overload on the prevent overload, and on the administration dashboard, the BASA can see real-time energy usage per block and receive alerts in usual consumption of carbon, such as them using high power during class hours, indicating possible misuse. Now, scenario number 2, nighttime scenario. These are range 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. At night, students return to dormitories for prep and rest. The system activates a nighttime power profile, allowing essential lighting and approved socket for charging phones or laptops. During prep hours, high power appliances such as heaters, kettles, and cookers are automatically blocked in dormitories to prevent misuse and fire risk. After light out time, the system gradually reduces power by switching off sockets while keeping security lighting. I think that is well explained. Any dashboard records night usage patterns, helping school management and identify those that consistently exceed the limit and take corrective action that inclusive inspection. Now, through this technology outcomes, through this day and night operation, the school achieved reduced electricity bills. You know, if you consume a lot of energy, the bill will rise up. But now, under this technology that we have applied, it reduced the cost of electricity. It improved safety, better discipline, and increased awareness among students about responsible energy use. The system also ensures power is available when needed and conserved when not, creating a balanced and efficient boarding school environment. A location that we gathered this information, it was a secondary boarding school. Now we can talk about the challenges maybe that the persona faces. I think I'll talk about the challenges, about struggle and the pressure from the stubborn students are not following the rules. Might be very similar.
So, are you running away?
No.
So we have to talk before you go. What do you think is my first feedback? What was your name?
Ian opinion.
Ian.
Yes.
IAN. Ian.
IAYN.
Okay. So what do you think is my first feedback?
Well, feedback.
What do you think I'm going to say first? So the first thing I'm going to say is every information you have presented here needs to be in this document. So one, capture your presentation points, because all the information we need, you've spoken about it. So that information needs to be in this document in some order. Capture your presentation points and add them to the document. So this document is our, you remember when I was showing you the presentation, there was a research paper at some point? Do you remember? Yeah, so we said, let me actually show you what I mean. I'm going to open the deck so that I don't confuse you. And this is for everyone else, not just you, like the entire class. So you remember we said what you guys have done is all this. So in this diagram, you have done users and we are on the green one. But today, this is what we are doing. So you have done step 1 at the top. You have done this. You have some notes. These notes, they don't appear in the paper, but I can see them in the presentation. All that notes has to be in that paper. So that's when you can analyze them. So if the paper has 5 sentences, you cannot analyze 5 sentences. But imagine you've given me a 10-minute presentation with everything. That information is here. This is what we are doing today. So we are generating the notes. So that's why my first comment is all that information needs to go here. So once it goes here, we'll have a lot of information to work with. So that information is what will help us. So what I said was, if we were doing research, then what we would have is this. But because we are not presenting, we are going to have our notes. So this thing that you see here, let me show you another thing. This research paper that you see here, let me show you something. That research paper that you see there is this. So you can see they look different, okay? And can you see that? So that is what we're trying to do. We're trying to make this document have as much information as the paper I've showed you. So that is what we're doing, not just for Team Energy, but for Team Power, but for everyone. So is the name Team Power or Team Energy?
Team Power.
Okay. So yeah, good job, good job. So the feedback is that capture your presentation in the document and then organize into required sections. So that would be from, so because everything is here, you're just going to, Ted will share back this document through the drive and you guys will type everything in it. So at this point, you just want to put as much information because all the information you have is what we need. You've described users, you've described challenges, you've described scenarios. They need to be here. Organize the required sections. Start with the problem. I want to write all of it. You know what it is? Problem, questions, persona, challenges, in no particular order, challenges, opportunities. You mentioned dashboards, all that stuff. It needs to come back here in detail the way it is. So thank you. Good job. What's the next team?
Team Pesa.
Okay.
as the Pesa, we were dealing with marketing of agricultural products. We are looking at various markets, various agricultural products. Okay. We had our farmers persona, and since there are many agricultural products, we chose on fish farming. Since that was the nearest farm to this interview. So our profile was dealing with fish farming. The name of the farmer was Samson Odhiambo Editati. He studied at Bukura Agricultural College. His occupation is a fish farmer, and he is located at Tumbu, which is in Clare County. We had his interest, goals, pain points, challenges, how he uses the current technology, and what motivates him towards farming. So his interests were watching, gardening, and reading. Maybe reading about how can try and make the fishing better, because he was farming fish using fish ponds. His goals were to add more ponds. Maybe he has read and has seen or has heard that you can add many ponds and make the farm big enough to live in large quantities. Another goal was to get visas for preservation of fish. Fish is a perishable product, and if not kept properly, easily goes bad. And once fish has been harvested from the pond, it cannot be taken back to the pond, and hence preservation of the fish must be good. Another goal was to get a wider market. To get a wider market for the fish, his pain points were lack of proper storage facilities. As I have said, fish farming and the fish itself is a perishable product. If not kept properly, it easily goes bad. And the farmer says lack proper storage facilities. Maybe let's say he has, let me say, 2 ponds, and maybe he has a small refrigerator, and it cannot keep the amount of fish that he wants. That's why he lacks proper storage facilities. Another pain point is predators in the pond. We know that there are some animals who live in water and feed on fish, so they can feed on the fish that is in the pond. Lack of enough fish is an animal, and this is fed. And if he has large amount of fish, he needs more feed for the fish. Moving to his challenges. Challenges were theft issues. Some ponds, ponds are located where there is a lot of water. Maybe this pond is around a river, let's say, near a river, near where we can get enough water, and you can't keep watching the fish pond from morning till night. So some cases of theft harsh weather conditions. Maybe it has rained a lot and the ponds have flooded. Some fish die, some of them carried away by the flood. Another challenge was lack of skilled personnel. He works in the fish pond alone. He manages the fish pond alone. And when he tries to look for people to employ, he cannot get skilled personnel who can help him in the farm. He moved to how he uses technology and uses Facebook marketing to advertise and market his fish. And that is the only technology that he uses. So we are looking forward to bringing more ways of technology that he can use to market his fish. What motivates him are he is self-employed. That is his motivation. He is self-employed. Water, he has water is efficient. Enough water. That's another motivational tool for him. And fishing, fish ponds, fishing as a farming activity is flexible, which means you can rear any type of fish in the fish pond. And that was our farmer's persona.
So that's good. That's good presentation. Like everyone else, my first feedback is that we capture. Do you know why I'm saying that for the first one? Do you know why my first feedback is that we capture all the presented information and put it in this document? Can your team help you answer this question? Do you know?
Yes.
Why? Now, where's Ian, the one who presented before you? Where is he? Let him come back and tell us why this is the first feedback. Ian, why is this the first feedback?
The first feedback is because they have not entailed all their details in a representable manner.
And why is it important? According to what we are learning to do, why is this important?
For future reference,
Mm-hmm.
and also to get easy practice.
Can you open this question to the class, and we need someone to tell us why are we capturing all the information and putting it in the document? Why is it important? Does anybody have a different answer than yours? Ask for me on my behalf.
Was yes. Yeah, reference that they have not indicated the persona.
No. So not critiquing the presentation. My first feedback to everyone who has been here was to capture all the presented information and put it in this document. But I explained to you why it is important. So that's why I brought you back. Do you remember what I said?
Yeah, you say that for capturing the information, it will be easy for access, or maybe you require it.
Don't overthink. Just relax. Just relax. Don't think too much. It's not serious. It's a conversation. Relax first. too tensed. When I was explaining to you why that is my first feedback, there's something I did. Do you remember?
That is outline you gave me.
Do you remember what I did?
Yes.
Does anybody remember? You guys need to relax. Don't. It's not tense. We're just doing a workshop. So because if you think too much, you won't remember it. Does anybody in the class remember what I showed? Why the reason why I said this is important?
Yeah, there was a diagram that showed me.
And what did we show? That person giving you the answer should come and speak. So you call that person. Okay. Oh, you presented the first one, right? Yeah. So why is this my first feedback to everyone?
Okay. This is the first everyone on the second presentation. Why the
Face the speaker so that I can hear you well.
okay, while he finished, this is what you did. You showed him a diagram aside. After you showed him a diagram aside, on the first place where it was written, I think, resulting in notes.
Hold on. I'll bring the diagram. Let's bring the diagram. Because we have to be on the same page. Let me bring the diagram. And I'm doing that because it's important for everyone. So not just the two of you. At the end of the day, it's very simple when you capture the foundation. So that's why you see I'm sticking there. And somehow I also want you to relate them. I don't want it to just be like you're learning. I don't want you to memorize. So that's why we spend all the time to know what we are doing. So tell me where the diagram is and then I'll stop. There's many diagrams here. Is it this one? Is it this one? Okay. So speak to us on this diagram and tell me why that is my first comment. In your own words, you don't have to repeat what I said. But first, okay. I need you to be very relaxed so that you don't have worries in your head. So once you're ready, we'll go. I'll even hide myself.
Okay, I'm ready. So the reason why this is your first comment, capture all notes, is after the user interview open-ended question, this goes to the second step, resulting in notes. So in the step of resulting in notes, we should capture everything so that we have all the data when we are now analyzing the collected notes. That way we should capture everything, capture all the information that we have, so that when we are analyzing now the collected notes, we make sure that we just have everything. Yeah.
That is perfect. If you talk again, you'll mess it up. So that's good. So that feedback you're going to give, what is the girl's name?
What's your name?
Okay, so that's the boy who just spoke. I forget his name, but I know he spoke here. He's going to give your team the reason why you do that. So that's the first comment. So good presentation, and like everybody else, good presentation. We want all the information to appear because, like he explained, this is what we're trying to do with the diagram. So let's have the next team present. But that's a good presentation. Yeah. What's the next team?
The next team is team health.
Health.
Yeah. Yes, team health.
Good afternoon, everyone.
My name is Nico Dodiambo. My name is Nico Dodiambo. In our team, we are 6 members. So we come up with one question. It says that how can we best design technology that support patients diagnosed with cancer in manage their medication and their recovery while in rural areas and they lack modern. So the users, our cancer patients who are being attended in public hospitals. So come up with the challenges that they are facing. So first challenge is lack of information, another one is lack of equipment such as scanning machines, in accessibility to dispensaries, inadequate personnel, adequate supply of medicine. So lack of information. And then there's a certain question that is technology to solve the problem? Then we say yes. So the solutions that we came up with are setting platforms for giving out information. So here, many patients lack information when to access the health centers to check their medicine, or some patients also lack information how they can curb the cancer diseases or controlling them. Another one, provision of machines available dispensaries. So many dispensaries lack machines. In many cases, in our county, we have only much, let's say, approximately 2 hospitals, and they are a bit distant. So patients have that problem of transportation. So our we would like to use our technology to inform the patients on how they can reach out to dispensaries without problem. Another instructions on surveillance. So we use our technology to find out areas where roads are required so that patients easily access to the dispensary. So let's take an example of a persona who is age 45 years, background information, is a farmer, South area. A health condition, suffering from cancer, and she has goals to want to stay healthy and manage their farm. Challenges that she's going through are she finds it difficult. She finds it hard to walk long distances to clinic, and then sometimes she finds it hard to take her medicine, and her needs are to access to nearby health service. And then also needs to be reminded for her to take her medicine. So, as in health, we were to come up with an idea of how to help these cancer patients on how to manage their health conditions, and so that they can stay healthy.
Thank you.
Did you say thank you? Was that the last word?
Yeah.
Okay, so the presentation is done, is it? Okay. I had thank you. I didn't know if you were thanking us. So, what is my first feedback? It's the same one for everyone. Do you remember?
Yeah.
What is it?
Capture
Capture?
the document.
No, I need you to be clear so I understand what you're saying. What was the first feedback?
So say that you analyze all the information, the document, so that you can find it easy when you are reviewing it.
I really want you guys to think simple. Don't complicate it. So what was the first feedback? Don't overthink. You can even say in Swahili, it doesn't matter. But I just want to make sure that you understand what the first thing is. You can even say it in Luo. I will understand it. So what is the first feedback? So picture this. It's what I care about is that you understand the process. So based on the presentation you have done, based on the presentation the other people have done, there's one thing I'm telling everyone. So what is it? Say it in whichever language you can, but I want to know if you understand the concept. Don't make up stuff. It doesn't have to be complicated English. Very simple. So what is my first feedback?
So the first feedback, like, first feedback was
No, I can't hear you clearly. You like speak in the speaker. Just relax. I want to know if you understand what we're doing. What is the first feedback?
okay.
Bring back the other guy, the one before Ian. The one who started. I forget his name. What is his name?
His name is Jesse.
Geoffrey.
Jesse.
I can't hear you all of a sudden. Bring him back.
His name is Jesse.
Jesse.
Yeah.
So Jesse, give him our first feedback in the simplest of words that we can do. What is it?
Okay, your first feedback was to capture all the information in the presentation.
Capture all the information presented and then?
Yeah, in the Word document.
And put it in document. Put it in the document. Okay. And what would you advise him to do next based on your feedback and the other teams? Next, we're going to organize the document. Organize the documents. Organize the documents in terms of problem, questions, all this information you have presented it. It's nothing new. Technology use, personas, scenario, technology challenges. It's standard. It's nothing new. I'm just adding it here. But at the end, we're going to do it for everyone. So yeah, thanks for the feedback. So everybody has to remember, always think of that presentation. We are in step 1. We are capturing notes. So that means when you finish presentation, the first feedback is we need to capture notes. And I said we need a lot of notes because when you have a lot of notes, then you analyze. If you memorize, the next step we are doing, if you memorize, it's useless because memory will not help us in the next step. So we just have to, we are writing. We are just writing, we are reading. We don't have to recollect anything from our minds. So that is why you see today we wanted everyone to present, because all the information we want to do is, you see, you guys can speak about it, but you cannot build technology if you cannot define it. You cannot build what you don't define, and you cannot define what you do not understand, and you cannot understand what you don't know where to get the information from. But the funny thing is that all this information we need is online. So why are we memorizing? Okay. Everything we're trying to do here is online. Nobody's writing a new book. So at the end of the day, anything we cannot do, we just search. So I think nothing should be complicated. But we have to be organized. So what we are doing today is trying to organize facts. Okay. So this is a good presentation from Team Health. You are doing a good project. So this project, because it's a good project, you can't rush over it. I mean, if you build a health application, it can be used anywhere. So don't rush over it and try to understand the basics, because if you don't understand the basics, the solution will not even come out. So the basics are important. That is why we are spending time for everybody to do these things. That's why we are repeating stuff. That is why you can see in those documents, I picked the first image you gave me, I picked the first document you gave me, and I added to what you have. So if I can do that, I'm expecting you guys to do that as well. So this document has to carry everything you're telling us in front there. Is that good? Is that good? We're talking to the presenter. Don't run away. Come back. Is that good? What is good? No. Speak a whole sentence the way you speak at home. Don't be shy. So what is
Capturing all the information.
perfect? Yeah. So you have to get into the art of get into the art of making mistakes. Okay. Yeah, like the perfection comes after several mistakes. So we don't expect anything perfect here. We are not going to have anything perfect on Friday. Even the first thing we build is not going to be perfect. I showed you guys the website of how this smileys looked in the beginning. So if those people 30 years ago were not perfect, why do you care to be perfect now? So when you're building things, you have to make mistakes. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Why are you thanking me? What was the reason why? Oh, anyway, yeah, let's have the next one. Good presentation. Good presentation.
We have done 6, so I think that's it for group. Is there anyone else left?
Okay.
In Kazi, I'm told, so in Kazi, I think. So you have no feedback. Okay. In Kazi, no. In Kazi, then come. In Kazi, let's go. The employment. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, our question we had that how can you address unemployment, address the issue of lack of income generation opportunity? So our research had the users which were our personal, which we
Hold on. Is that the right image from for your team, or is the wrong one?
our team was in Kazi.
I can't hear well. I can't hear well. But is this the image for your team, or I've put the wrong one?
Yeah. In
Is it
Kazi, which research question was about unemployment.
okay? And it's not this one, right? Who is Shayla? Who is Shayla? Which team does she belong to? And Noel, which team do they belong to?
In part.
Okay, this is the wrong image. We'll find the right one. Okay, go ahead.
Uh, our team is in Kazi, and our work was to look at about the unemployment among the youth. So our question was, how can we design a technology solution that helps the unemployed youth to address the issue of lack of income generation of the youth? So in our question, we had our users, which were the persona, and in which we focuses on the youth, aged between 24 years to 36. And then we have the location where we can get our youth, where we can get the information about the youth who are unemployed, which was not game word education. And then we had education level, which we did introduce, but we had that the education level is a diploma graduate. And then we had the goals for the youth that they have qualified for the jobs, and then the goals were to secure stable employment in IT or digital services. And then the other one is to gain financial independence and support younger people in their education. Also, to build professional experience to improve their career prospects. And then in a scenario, we had a scenario of Brian. So Brian received a notification from Youth Employment App about a short-term IT support gig at a local company. He applies through the app, gets accepted, earns income for the 2 weeks. He also uses the app mentorship feature to connect with a senior IT professional who advise him on building a portfolio for more clients. This is a scenario where the brand is employed, but we also had a scenario where, which we didn't introduce here, but we had a scenario of Amina. Amina is recently graduated from Masomo University. He had 24 years. He graduated in diploma in business and finance, and he lost job because the employers are complaining that he doesn't have the skills for the course he has applied for. So this is our scenario which we use to get about the challenges with facing the unemployed youth. So for the challenges, the persona says are like employers demand high experience, which the personas like Amina lack, limited access to professional networks. We also had occasional freelance jobs like short-term jobs like Django and others, limited access to mentorship for the jobs, and then also we had physiological stress from prolonged unemployment, stress from the personas. And also these youth, they had their motivations with they are guiding them. So the first motivation is that they have a driven force that they need to support their family and achieve independence. And also they are interested in entrepreneurship, but they lack a capital to start up. And that is the end of our review. Thank you.
Good job. I like the summarized version of that presentation as well. What is the first feedback?
First feedback is say that the first feedback is say that you should capture all the information and you focus on documenting them so that you have all the details you are capturing, we are presenting, they should be represented in the document.
Perfect. And what's the next one?
The next one was to organize the document in terms of persona, scenarios, and challenges.
Yeah, we don't need to write that, you know it. So good job. That's good. If there's any question we can ask, Ted, do you want to say something before I show some things to the team? Good job, man.
So I think the teams have done well, but they need to do some homework. Read a bit more. We have shown them how to use PowerPoint, so I'm expecting the next time the presentation will be a bit crisp. At the end, that they have something they can put in their profile. But I think it generally it's the second time to get this persona thing, but there's progress. So we are hoping maybe by tomorrow we can kind of get a hang of it. But going forward, even after Friday, I think we will still have time to work in groups. In terms of the groups can get some time here, and we can give them the space to work with whatever they have, so that they keep polishing up. I think that is what I would say.
Okay, perfect. So I want to help everyone in the teams with the next steps. So I'm going to show you guys some places you will go to make your work easy. Okay. Let me share some. There are simple web searches that I want you guys to go and do, and they will help you. I'll just share my entire. No, I'll share a window, Chrome. What are you guys seeing? Do you see my my Google Images?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing you want to do to do your persona as well, you'll come and say, just go to Google. It's very simple, and define a persona. That's the simple thing I did. So once you want, you remember. So the HCI thing is very simple. So if we go to the course webpage, the things there was something here about principles and design. If you look here, most of these principles and design, they're talking about the same things. But let's say any of these names, Norman, Nielsen, or anything. If you are you seeing that page? Did it switch? Did the shared screen switch?
Yes, seeing the page.
So now you are seeing the course homepage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say we take one of these, even Nielsen or Norman. If you come to persona, you'll see that one of this is the Norman, the interaction design. He's talking about personas. It's the same thing. You don't have to read several of them. And then this one is Nielsen. These are like the important people in human computer interaction. So they talk about personas. Then you can just take this persona and describe your personas like this. You just take this image and then change the words. That is one easy way of doing it. So you can do it that way, and then you will understand other things later. So the first thing everybody is doing is you're going back to include all the information in the document. The second thing is you'll come here and just look at one example and make your personas. Make 2, 3, or 4, because if you make 4, we can think of a design that is better. But if you shortcut, you will not have something for us tomorrow. So everybody just go back and take all the information you presented. If you have enough information, you will just be copying and pasting. If that information is not there, you will start going backwards. And that's why you see I'm insisting you write everything. So my shortcut is come here, look at this persona, copy the thing, change the words, and then read about it later. Or you can do the reverse. This is Nielsen, I think. This is Nielsen group. So just go to personas. I'm going to send this link to Ted. This is Don Norman. This is the other page is Nielsen. So from our website, Nielsen is this one. Don Norman is this one. You don't have to worry about, they're the same things. So this is Don Norman, and this is how he talks about his personas. But here, you also have a scenario. So you remember the task was persona and scenario. You'll come to Don Norman's page and get something like that. Either way, whichever format you decide, it works. It will help you get to the next thing. We have skipped some of them, but that is the shortest way you can do them. If you want to see how it looks, you can come here and look at Google Images. Any of these images is fine. Now, I'll send this link, how to design a user scenario. There's an app called, this is a website, it's called Miro. Let me just show you how it looks like. So it's called Miro. You'll go there, it's free. You'll create a free account. This will help you organize your persona. Then it has this page. You'll just say, create a persona. This is, the team needs to sit around a computer and do this. So it will just, it's AI powered. You can do whichever persona you want. It will help you. So then you will say, you can say a buyer persona. I don't know if yeah, it's free. So, and then, so if you take this one and come here, it has a name. You put your name, about me. Pain points. Needs. Needs is to teach my course. I have a problem with technology connections. Goals. Make sure the team. Don't worry, the things you can just search and find. Understand HCI concepts, characteristics, very loud and repetitive. I repeat things because we have to understand the basics. Goals, builds, user-focused technology, train youth in fundamentals of design. Challenges, technology connection, difference, computer basic skills. You just do the same way I'm doing. Another challenge, it's a remote class instead of live to conduct design activities together. What can we do? Use online technologies and integrate them. Record our courses to refer later because it's remote, and they could be anything. Marketing messaging, will share courses on social media. Will update experience in websites. Common objections, etc. Real quotes. So one of the students thanked me. So we can say thank you. So this gives credibility to the design. I enjoyed the course or understood the explanations. So once you build something like this, when you build this, it will come back to this. Any question? Do we have any question? So all those links I'm going to send to Ted, so you can go back and see exactly those things I've showed you. Each team member needs to log in. No, somebody in the team. Yes. Did I hear something?
No?
Okay. So I think we're good. Guys, two things. One, let me show you where we are in the course outline. Always just don't be lost. We are following the plan. Don't be lost. So what we are doing now is we are we're moving to design, but we are already starting to get to prototype. So tomorrow we are doing prototyping. So we will see how that works. But today we have worked on, we are in the design phase now because we have some feedback, but in the design phase we have not moved because we need more user feedback. So that's why we are updating our documents. Then technically I've showed you that tool. That is the beginning of prototyping. We will do that. We might, I think by Friday we might end at prototyping, and Ted, we can see what to do and set the team to build the application. We'll talk about that, but I think it's important for us to get the basics before we rush. There's no need to rush. Why are we rushing? So that is where we are, and then so if you go through these slides now, you should be able to understand these ones. Now we are in step 2. Because all these user interviews, this is what you're going to write. So that is your research part. So now we are in iterative design. To build something, we are doing the stuff we are doing. So this is where we are from tomorrow, once we do what we are expected to do today. So guys, this is good. That is my last teaching contribution today.
Yeah, so I think we are good. We can do a break, then we get into the groups and try to use the tool. We organize our thoughts because the information is there. I think it's to organize it in a way in which now it can be used. Then we try to see what the tool is going to give us, and we can share that feedback. That tomorrow maybe you can have a look at it overnight, and you tell us where to start tomorrow.
Yeah. So Ted, there's two things. So that is very clear. One, every team is adding the information in the document. So I'm sending back the documents with the images so that they don't have to redo it. So that document is where they will include more information, so that we just have one document we are using. Let's not have newer ones. So I'm going to send you everything I put comments on. 2, once all the information is in the document, I'm sending you these links. So just choose one. If you want to do the Nielsen's types of Nielsen's type of persona, just take Nielsen. If you want to do Don Norman, just take Don Norman. Now, after you write all the information in the paper, just take that paper and use Miro. That's what we need to do. So that's fine. I'm sending you those things right now.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Looking to see you guys tomorrow. You've done a really good job. I like the presentations. I also can now mentally picture the students with the project, and I think we have done well. And I want to commend everyone for the research. Your research is very good. It was just not in the paper, but it's on point. So, ciao, everyone.
Asante sana. Have a good day.